Hi everyone, in this next part of my monthly lesson series looking at Western swing guitar, we're going to take a look at single note fills between Eldon Shamblin rhythm guitar style passages. In the last few videos I've put up for previews of my monthly lesson series, we've been looking at how we can take simple chord grips that are based out of our open position chords and move them all across the neck, specifically 3 that Eldon Shamblin would use as kind of the basis for his playing, and how we can derive bass note ideas from them and connect one to another. Now we're taking all of that and we're moving it into, instead of just having the chord attached to it like this kind of typical sound you hear, where it's the bass note and then the rest of the chord being played, we're just going to use the bass note to bridge between that, just to vary up our playing a bit. So if you'd like to check out the last videos, if you haven't seen them, they'll be in the description below that kind of lead to this. And if you want to even in more depth view, as we'll be coming and doing this more in the coming months, you can check out the link below to my monthly lesson series, where you can subscribe monthly and have all of the content I've put out for past lesson series as well as this one that's upcoming. And you can also check out a course I have that's split into 2 parts that looks at Eldon Shamblin's playing in a very, very detailed manner. That kind of starts from the ground up and kind of building blocks it. It's a very in-depth, it's very intensive. So check that out as well. So as an example of some of the things I was doing, what I'm thinking of is if this is my D chord and I'm trying to lead it down to this G chord, I see all of my bass notes. I see D, C sharp, C, B, A, and G. And I just kind of see this rundown of just kind of going down our kind of scale, if you will, like that, to get down to the root of my G chord. I can do this with all sorts. I can do it to the 3rd degree of G, which would be this B, right? You know, like that. I could do, you know, put a different little movement and I could go, right? I could even do it back to the D here with the G and the bass, right? Or it always gets me back. So I kind of just see all these little options, and then I just think of, do I want to put it in quarter notes or do I want to put it in 1/8 notes? In this lesson, we're going to focus more on the quarter notes. So if I'm playing, I have that leaves me in the bar. I took up all of bar 1 and all of bar 2 with this, and then, or excuse me, all of bar 1 with this, and then in bar 2 I took up half of it with this. So now I've got 2 quarter notes, right? I need to fill. So like I have 1 here and 1 here to get to G, right? So I have and that leads me like so. Try another one. Just another way of getting it. Another one, right? So I'm just kind of thinking of putting 2 quarter notes right at the tail end of what I'm about to change, and that's kind of a stylistic thing that he does, where those runs are right at the end, kind of segueing you into the next one. So you start off really full, and then you kind of just reduce as you go. All right, so that's one way of getting to it. So that would be like a good example of practicing some ways of getting to your G chord. Now if I wanted to, how about go from G back to D, I might go. So that was G, G with B in the bass, G with D in the bass, and then I just went back to the third, to the C sharp, half step, back to D. Go do another one. C, C sharp, D. Works just the same. Another one. To the A. Right, so there's a lot of just little different opportunities you can do in there as long as you're seeing where those chord shapes are. How about we work on D to A? So I might go. So B, C, C sharp, and that uses a chromatic to connect, right? Because we have this whole step here, and we've got a note we can just use to pass and go right into the next one. Let's try another one. Now I just started at the A there, and just came right back up. How about another one? I might go. And I went up to the E there, just D, D sharp, E. Okay, I go. I went back up to the C sharp, came to the B, came down to the A, and I land. So that's how some options I would get to get A there, and then if I wanted to get A back to D, I might go. Right, just taking that A7 with E in the bass and going down E, E flat, D. And that's how I do that. Another one. Then I resolved right there to D with A in the bass. Let's try it from the C sharp. I might go. So I was just circling back from C sharp to E, C sharp to E, and then came back down like so. I might do that kind of 5/5 trick I talked in the past videos. I might go C, or it'd be an A with C sharp in the bass, the quick 5, and then just resolve right down like so. So there's a lot of different options you can do, but the idea is just put those 2 quarter notes right at the end there. And then when you get the kind of a strong feeling of that, you can kind of put them in different places as you see fit and as you feel it out. So that's the basic idea. And then, just move it around into the different positions. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll play out one more here that's kind of will branch out a little bit more so you can get some different examples of that. Start off a fill right off the bat. The one we did earlier.